Welcome back everyone to another Around Mijas live stream. And today we have Daniella Wenk with us, and Daniella has her guest with us, whose photo is not coming up on my screen at the moment, but it should be. Ah, there you are, Debbie. Daniella, just a moment. I'm going to hand you over and you can introduce your guest for today. But you and I had a little conversation earlier today.
Yes.
And Daniela, I am so delighted for you. You are going to have a baby.
Yes, we're going to have another citizen of Mijas.
Another citizen. Yeah, get them on the pad run as quick as you can.
Yeah, of course.
Congratulations to the two of
Thank you
you,
very much.
Daniela.
Thank you.
Yeah,
Um,
congratulations.
we're
Thank
going
you.
to watch your progress with great interest.
We will.
And we will every nice. We hope you probably you're probably at the right time of the year, because when things are getting really heavy to carry, it should have cooled down a little bit.
Yes,
But
definitely.
congratulations from all of
Thank you very much. Thank you.
congratulations.
Wonderful.
So it's over to you, Dan. I'll let you introduce
Mhm.
Debbie and tell us what about.
So, hi, Debbie. Thanks
Hi.
for joining us tonight.
Oh, you're welcome. It's lovely to be here and congratulations. I've lost you. If you're talking, I can't hear you. I'm sorry. Oh.
Now.
Hi, I can hear you now.
Okay. So I left, or you left, or both
I
left.
don't
I don't
know.
know.
It just happened.
So I was just going to say, so you are Mijas resident.
Yes.
So how long have you lived here in the Mijas community?
7 years in April.
And where are you originally from?
We lived in Haywards Heath in West Sussex,
Mm-hmm.
and made our move from there. So it was like a lovely time, a lovely place we lived in. But yeah, that's where we originated from.
And what made you move to Mijas?
Well, my brother lived here
Mm-hmm.
for about 10 years, I think, before. I'd never visited him.
Oh,
Um,
no?
no,
In 10 years, you'd never
yeah.
visited him.
But we had a little holiday home in France, and
Mm-hmm.
it had an old derelict barn. And our aim was always, when we retired, we would do up this barn and we would live there. And
Mm-hmm.
then for my 50th birthday, my brother sent me a ticket. He said, "Come and stay with me in Calahonda."
Okay.
And I did. And I was here 5 days, and that was it. Fell in love with it, and I went home to my husband and I went, "You've got to come out here because we're not moving to France. We're
So
moving
you,
to Calahonda."
so you've lived in Calahonda since then.
Yes, yes. That's why we came. My brother was here. We loved the area, and that was it. We bought, sold up everything, and bought here.
Okay, cool. And what do you like the most about the Mijas community or the Mijas area?
Everyone's so friendly. It's so easy to meet people.
Mm-hmm.
And of course, it's the weather gets you out and about, but it, I just felt like I was like in a family. Everyone's friendly. And I think that's got a lot to do with the weather, because it's always sunny.
Yeah,
It
people are
makes you feel,
happier.
yeah, they are happier.
Mm.
In England, you get many grey days. You wake up and it's like a bit depressing. And it's like in England, when the sun's shining, you walk out and everyone's smiling. Well, it's like that nearly every day of the year here.
Yeah. Well, I lockdown when we did a few calls to help like families in need, the hospital staff, and I thought the same. It was just I get goosebumps now actually. Amazing how everyone was helping, and all the people, one was helping each other. And they so quick also. They were there, everyone who could was there straight away. And constantly helping, worrying about others. And I'm German, so in Germany everyone lives his own life really, and also the same with the climate and the weather. It's gray. People are not so friendly normally. So for me here, it's also like, it's like no, big family will be a bit too much, but it's no, it's overwhelming sometimes, how much the people care about you.
It's a welcoming thing, isn't it? You meet someone, and then you go, like, join this walking group. You join the walking group, and then you meet someone else, and they say, oh, come round to mine. And it's just, you get such a lovely group of people. I've never known anything like that before in England, and it's wonderful. And it was the same as you say in lockdown. I remember you phoning me one day. We were both in tears. You've taken this package round, food to a family, and the little boy was so overwhelmed. As you say, totally now.
Try again.
Stop it.
Stop it.
But it is lovely, because I felt, I'm in lockdown. We're not going out. We're not spending our money. So it was felt so good to try and do something for,
No, especially because some families, they have had a pension or some income, and others in the beginning they had absolutely, the government wasn't that quick with the help payments and everything. So there was people really in need and struggling, especially with children. And I mean, the way we arranged it, you and I, we did the shopping list, who has to buy what, and the people were fighting really to help us.
They were. It's amazing, Daniella. I put it online, and my friends and your friends and
you had even donations from abroad. I remember that.
So it was wonderful how people came through, and it felt good.
Well, I think also nowadays it has a lot to do with social media, and that we have the local Facebook groups. So you just have to, whatever problem you have or whatever information one might need, you just put it on Facebook, and there's so many people always willing to help, or that offer help.
Absolutely.
So that's what I like about the area also a lot. Is there anything you miss from where you are from? Would you say, is there anything, or do you miss here?
No, I can't say I do. There's obviously, friends, but they all want to come out here for holidays.
That's why I was wondering why you didn't visit your brother in 10 years, because normally once you live here, you have a lot of friends and family, and then everyone wants to visit you again and again and again.
I guess it's because we had our holiday home in France, and that we were there. We used to go down for the whole summer holidays when my daughter was younger, so it just sort of never happened. But there you go, we made it, and thank God I did. So pleased.
So you never regretted the decision?
No. People say that it's a big move, to move to a foreign country,
of course,
and not speaking the language, and how will you find it? But I can honestly say I've never regretted it. We have a wonderful life here. I love the people, the Spanish people. The only downside is you get here and you think, I've got to learn Spanish, even though people they speak to you in English. It's like if you go to the hospitals or the doctors, it is important. I feel you have to learn basic Spanish, and which
you have
do every
to.
day.
Well, out of well, you should at least speak well, basic
Yes.
Spanish, just or to be polite to
Yes,
the Spanish people here.
Absolutely.
If you have hospital appointments or an appointment at the tax ministry or something, that's obviously. But then, please, that's what I always then makes me a bit feel like these people that are not fluent, they need to take a translator because,
Yes.
of course, they can't expect that everyone here speaks German, English, French.
Yeah.
So they do what they can, and I mean, there's especially in our area here, there's a lot of people that's Spanish people that speak English, or
Yes.
they
Yes.
enough English. But you can't expect, of course, everyone to speak English.
No.
Some Germans, they don't even speak English, so it's I mean, that's very hard, and it's only fair then, of course, what you say, if you bring then someone who speaks Spanish.
Yes.
I mean, no Spanish person would expect someone to be fluent in economic Spanish or so.
I agree. I think it's important. Anyone moving here has to try to learn Spanish.
Yeah, but there are many groups. Again, it's the community thing here again. There's people that offer online Spanish classes. There's little small group classes in the bars, well, like fun group classes to learn Spanish.
Yeah, which is wonderful.
Yeah, and even if you're a resident or in Mijas, you can have reduced prices at the town hall for Spanish courses and everything. So. So I think also like so meeting people here is there's a lot to join. If it's what you said, walking groups or Spanish classes, there's a lot definitely.
And I do a lot on Duolingo. Every day I'm on my phone for 40 minutes, and it's really good. It teaches you so much vocabulary, all the basics you need to know, and then you mix that with every day, and I've had some classes as well, and it really helps you along. So I think that's the way to go.
So there's a lot of people now and then asking.
I think that there is.
So what would your reply be? Do it. Don't think about it. Just do it. Or what would you tell these people?
Oh, I do it in a heartbeat. You know, it's the best decision we've ever made. You know, we're living our best life. My husband's playing golf 3 times a week. Lucky man at the Lorient. It is, and you know, we worked hard all our lives in England, very hard. You pay more tax here, but the benefits outweigh everything. We love it. I'd never change it. Anything.
Good.
A wonderful life.
It is. So is there anything negative in our community or living here what you're not a fan of, or what people to change their habits a bit, or what you
bureaucracy, I'd say, you know, trying to get your TIE, everything is, you know, there's that comedy sketch, you know, with the stamping of the papers and, oh, you need the 2 copies. Oh, no, you need 3. You know, there's no piece of paper that you can get that says, this is what you need to get a TIE or residency or anything. It's always, every time we went, it was always, oh, no, you need so-and-so. I mean, it took us 5 attempts to get it when we first moved here. It was a real nightmare. We kept going back, you need this, you need that.
And not only with that, I mean, I think I've lived here 20 years, and sometimes I feel half of the time I just waited for people to solve things, for people to show up. And it's like you call the electric company, have a question, the call center agent number 1 says, yes, of course. Then the connection cuts, you call again, and then you have call center agent number 2, and then that one says, no way, it's not possible. So that's like what you said before. One person tells you 2 copies, the next one tells you 3 copies.
Yeah. That is my big downside to here, but That's
yeah, but that's
we
nothing
can live with
to.
that. We
Yeah.
accept it now.
So Bill has just gone now again.
No, I'm
Oh,
still
yeah. Okay.
I'm still very much here. You can hear me, okay? Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah, good. No, I'm letting you ladies talk. I think it's great. When you were talking earlier, Debbie, you know, about trying to learn the language, I think the problem a lot of people have is that we are accommodated in so many places
Yes.
by not speaking Spanish.
Absolutely.
And what when the problems really arise, I was talking to someone just last week whose son had a difficulty at the airport,
Yeah.
and the police were asking him questions, and he wasn't able to reply. And that's, I think, when things get complicated, you know,
Yes.
because as Daniela said, you can't expect public servants to speak every possible language. Well,
Of
okay,
course.
he would happen to be speaking in English, but you know, he could have been speaking in German or Italian or whatever. And it is a problem sometimes, you know, not in the day to day, as Daniela said, when you have to go to the medical center,
Yes.
or the police stop you in the street and ask you something.
Yeah.
And that's when it really gets complicated, isn't it?
It does. Oh, so much. I mean, I literally lived here 8 months and I fell down the stairs and broke my leg.
Oh,
And I ended up in the Costa del Sol hospital and I knew no Spanish and it was very frightening. And in there, no one spoke to me, of course, in English. And, you know, I didn't expect them to, but it was a frightening experience. And that was my wake up call. I have to try
yeah,
and learn, you know, this language is to my best of my ability. I don't think
yeah,
because of my age it comes easily, but I'm trying as hard as I can.
yeah.
Well, you're trying at least. I mean, I know many
Yeah.
people that have lived here 20 years and they can order a beer and that's it. So that's, in my opinion, a lack of respect to the Spanish people,
Yes,
really.
absolutely.
Because that's the amount if you live here. That's
Yes.
my opinion.
Yeah, and let's be honest, Debbie. You know, when people from other countries move to the UK, the expectation is if you're living here in England or in Scotland, you should speak English.
Yes.
Of course.
Yeah, so there is an expectation of immigrants to the UK that they will learn and speak English.
Yes, of course. Yeah.
Some people, and I'm saying some people because I know a lot of people who make a lot of effort to speak Spanish and learn Spanish, but some people are going, oh, well, you know, English is the universal language. Everybody should speak English.
I know. I'm sorry, but that is ignorant. You know, I'm sorry.
I'm glad you said that, not me.
Yeah, well, I can. You can't.
Yeah, but it's also, I think it's a big difference. Like my partner always says when we travel and we go into Cadiz province or something, it's not the same. It's you go into the restaurants and they treat you totally different. They treat you so nice here, so differently. They help you if you want to have a special wish or something. They do make it possible. And like in Cardi's way, they just go, no, they don't speak your language. They're not even bothered to speak English. If you don't like it, then go. Or northern Spain. And so here the people have a really, really big heart and a lot of patience, I must say.
Oh, they do. They really do. But I think they really appreciate it. You know, I always try. And when you speak, I think they really appreciate it.
Yes, of course. So that's also another like amazing moment apart from the lockdown story was when the businesses were struggling so much, and we then arranged the tapas route in Calahonda to help the local businesses.
That was
and
brilliant.
it was like goosebumps again.
Yeah.
The hormones.
It was wonderful.
That was amazing how the people, the reactions, and how they supported each restaurant and each business owner, and it was unbelievable.
Incredible. Yeah, it was incredible and a great idea. So thumbs up to you for that. It was fantastic.
Well, we will have another one soon, but I don't think the business owners now in July and August want to sell tapas. So that people block the tables for €2.50. So we wait a bit.
Yes, that's it. Because have you noticed how busy it is now? So
it is
fantastic.
Yeah,
the economy here. It's wonderful.
Well, I do holiday lettings, and if there's a property with a one-night gap, the people book even one night because they have nowhere else to stay. So they book one night here, one night there. They sleep in the car, I've heard. It's mental. It's absolutely packed. And I just hope that the tourists spend a lot of money also to support our local businesses, because they really deserve it and need it.
It's been a terrible time. Yeah.
Could I ask you, Daniella, where most of your bookings are coming from?
Well, now in August, there's a lot of Spanish people. I have a lot of Spanish clients, like from Madrid or northern Spain. Also, at the end of August, I got then it's starting with the Germans. They come a bit later when it's not so hot and so crowded anymore. Like they come more in September and October. Right. I have had quite a few Scandinavians now from Denmark, from Sweden, and the Swedish or the Scandinavian are buying properties also a lot now. Mm. So I'm at the moment working 7 days a week. So which is another reminder for my group followers. You can send me a private message if it's really urgent. If not, please ask in the group. I'm a very busy woman in August.
You are. A busy pregnant woman.
Yeah, that also. That's dangerous.
Absolutely. No, it's so wonderful. And I think, I think it's so good to see all these people from, last year when you think how horrible it was. No one about, but it's wonderful now. It's buzzing.
Well, and we can be lucky that most of the businesses made it. Not all of them, unfortunately.
No.
But most of them did. And so, that's really important as well for our community.
Absolutely. Wonderful.
Yeah.
Yeah. Anna Nandith has said that generally we are made very welcome by our host country here in Spain.
Definitely.
Absolutely. We are so much.
And you know what? We Brits do have a lot of problems sometimes, and a lot of it's to do with what you said, Debbie, the bureaucracy.
Yes.
And, it's complicated because my wife is Spanish. And what she will say is, it is no easier for the Spaniards. When they've got to do paperwork or got to do some kind of process, it's just as hard for them as it is for us.
But they are more relaxed from their mentality or not? That's the difference, maybe.
Used to it. I think they're just used to this is the way it goes. Yeah. And when Vicky goes to do something, she takes half a filing cabinet with her. Right. And copies of everything.
Yeah. That's it.
And they're just used to it. It's like, oh, well, they might ask for this. Yeah, I'll take the Libra de Familia. Yeah, I'll take this. I'll take this. And I'll take this. And I'll take this. And I mean, she has a big file full of things, that she takes with her.
That is so true. You must do that. I've learned that now. I do that everywhere.
Yeah.
Yeah, well, that's like the foreigners expecting the town hall and all officers to take photocopies for you. I mean, no. You have to bring your own photocopies. I mean, I don't think it's different in the UK or in Germany. You have to bring your own photocopies. So you have to be prepared then to save some time, of course.
But that's why I think, like you started the Calahonda site. That has been so helpful because, you just think, oh, what do I do? And there's so many people who come back at you and say, this is what you do. This is what you need. This is fantastic for a community. It's brilliant.
It is.
Yeah.
That's what we need.
Can I ask, Debbie?
Yeah.
You moved down here. What made you? Was it just that holiday that you came for that made you decide this is where I want to live? Or?
Yeah.
Yeah.
It was like, Bill, an instant thing with me. You know,
Yeah.
I just was with my brother, and then I went for a walk, and I went down to Luna Beach here
Right.
and walked along the sea, walked up through the community, and I thought, this is a little piece of paradise. I always say that to my friends.
Yeah.
Welcome to my little piece of paradise. That's what did it. It like melted my heart. And I went
Mhm.
home and I told my husband, and I said, just come back here with me. And he went, no, we're moving to, and he was adamant we were going to France. And he
Right.
came back, and that was it. We put everything on the market. It was,
Yeah.
it's funny, some place you go and it's like, this is where I want to be. And that was here in Mijas.
Was that how things happened for you, Daniela?
Well, I came down with a friend of mine from Hamburg, and I sublet my apartment in Hamburg back then, and the plan was like more or less to take 6 months here to find a job, to see how it goes, to improve Spanish. We both spoke Spanish before, and her mom actually, she's a part of the Calahonda group as well. She has lived in Calahonda, I think, by now nearly 30 years or something. So my friend, she lost her job in Germany, and then I didn't find a new job. That was when the German economy was very low, very down. And then I always said to her, well, if you have a mother in Spain, what you're doing here? And then we had drinks one evening, and she said, you want to come to Calahonda? I said, Calahonda? Where is it, more or less? Yeah, down in South Marbella. And I'm like, okay. And then, I quit my job, actually. And then I think, we flew down to Calahonda for 2 weeks to look for an apartment for us to rent. And then we spent 2 weeks here trying to find a job, the apartment. And then I think 2 months later, we moved down. And I've been here nearly 20 years now. And she met an English guy, moved to England, and I stayed here. I never went back. And so I had to do that phone call to my mom. I said, Mom, I'm not coming back. But my mom just said, oh, I knew it. So
Brilliant.
Yeah, and I never regretted it. And no, same. And I fell in love with Calahonda, same as you.
Exactly.
Or with the area in general, with Mijas.
We're lucky.
It's the whole coastline, isn't it? It's there's a lot of coastline on the south of Spain, but this is a particularly pretty, attractive, comfortable coastline. I've been to some other parts that, it's very nice, but it was lacking something. But down here, there's something special about it, and the energy here. And
yes, I agree. That's it. The energy here. It's lovely.
No, and I would like to thank also all the people that make this community life so nice. The ones that are always supporting, the ones that are helpful, and it's part of a quality of life, really.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. There's like people watching in the UK as well. So heads up, Sabre.
Well, do you know what? We have more people listening live now than we had in the council meeting last week.
Well, this is more interesting, maybe.
Wow. Yeah.
Definitely.
Oh, wonderful.
If I'm gonna, I know I'm kind of taking over here, Daniela, but there are things that just come into my mind sometimes. Apart from the bureaucracy, because I don't think it matters where in Spain you live, the way paperwork is done is the way paperwork is done. There's nothing we can do about that. What changes, and I'm talking about improvements, would you like to see in this area?
Oh, that's a difficult one. You know what? I can't really think of any. It's stupid little things like they know there's loads of tourists and the bins aren't emptied.
Yeah.
Silly things like that. But
because it happens every summer.
Yes, it does.
Yeah,
it does. They know it, and like everything's overflowing, and then idiots come along and just think, oh, I just throw the rubbish anywhere. But other than that, honestly, Bill, I can't think of anything. I thought of a question like this, but I can't think,
No,
My
I mean,
life is great.
what about you, Daniela? You've lived here a long time.
Well, I would definitely have the town hall to do a fair play with all the organizations, and not only with Mijas Pueblo and La Cala. I would like them to treat the Cala Honda organization, Calypso, Riviera. There's so many things, like when they have their statues and spend money on many things to have La Cala pretty, Mijas Pueblo. And we have here some roads are a nightmare, they're dangerous, and so I would hope that we could improve that somehow, that the town hall would have equal money for each organization, equal interest, first of all.
This is an ongoing issue, Daniela.
Yeah, well, we will fight for it.
No, but I think you have to,
Yeah, because enough is enough, really.
It's
And
a complex one, and I understand some of the complexities of it, but that doesn't mean it's not something that can be addressed and actually fixed. I've just got a message here from Eddie. One of the things he thinks that could be sorted is bigger fines for people who let their dog mess on the streets.
That is a problem.
Yeah.
Yeah, I went into El Zoco the other day, and inside, and there was like dog mess that people have walked in, and it was everywhere. And it's so sad because so many people have dogs here and they're responsible, and then there are people who just let their dogs do that, and it's horrible.
Well, it's the same with the rubbish that makes my blood boil. It makes my blood really boil when I see how the people, they just leave the rubbish on the street, not even close to a bin.
No.
Or all the rubbish, and now even more you see on the roadsides, and it's just I don't understand it. Same with the dog poo, of course. I have a dog, but I pick up after my dog.
Exactly.
So that's so easy.
There's just a few that don't. I saw someone at Luna Beach. Their dog, they stood there and they let their dog run on the beach, do his business, and called him back. And when I shouted out, the mess, just laughed and walked away. So
and there are people like that everywhere, aren't there?
Yes,
everywhere in the world. It's not only here.
That's
also.
It's not just a Mijas problem. No.
No, but it's a shame, really, because if you see like how small in a way our community is, and how everyone cares for the other one. Absolutely. Why don't you care then that the next person doesn't step on the dog poop? I mean, it's so hot. It absolutely stinks now as well, and we've got ours. That's why you should throw your organic waste in the nighttime. Because it's too hot and it stinks, and then everything is full of flies, and they just leave it on the street, and you go like, I can't believe it.
No, not nice.
We've got a nice message from Nikki Mackie. 3 lovely people, and what a genuine broadcast. Well, she was going to say that. She was going to say 2 lovely people, but I paid her to say 3.
You changed it.
Yeah, lovely girl. So nice.
So over to you, if you'd like to sort of round off, Daniela.
No, it was. I thought it was after my last show when we spoke about the thieves and the robberies and that to have something nice tonight. And thank you, Debbie, that you joined us tonight, and thanks for everything you do also for the community, because I know that I can always count on you if there's any help needed. And thank you very much for that.
You're welcome. I'm always here.
Well, can I say, Debbie, I've kind of known you from a distance.
Yes.
Oh, we've known each other from a distance.
We have.
This is the nearest we're getting to meeting in person right at the moment.
And it's lovely.
So it's been delightful. And
thank you,
Daniela, thank you as always.
Thank you, Bill. Thank you.
And I'm not speaking as a member of the council. I'm speaking just as another resident here in Mijas. And I appreciate all of the people that not for money, but just take upon themselves the responsibility and a lot of commitment to try to make the place where they live a better place.
Yeah.
You know, there are a lot of people out there who simply try to do that. And thank you, Daniella. And congratulations.
Thank you also.
Congratulations again.
Yeah. Well done, Daniella.
You're more
And
excited
well
than me.
done,
No.
Okay.
Very sweet.
You take care, everyone.
You too.
We'll see you in a few weeks, Daniella. And look after yourself. I hope everything goes well.
Thank you very much.
Debbie, lovely to speak to you.
Lovely
and
to meet you. You're
we'll all
charming.
catch up. Take care, everyone.
Bye, everyone.
Thank you. Have a nice
Thank
evening,
you.
everyone.
Bye-bye now.
Bye.